This is what was my podcast, and I was the third. And that this, I'm a bachelor.
Thank you very much. I don't know, I'm just somehow impressed by how young people can come together and, think about something more beautiful that we really watched earlier. And the presentation that you gave us earlier was really very interesting. But I'm very curious, and I know some of you might be curious like me. How did you first meet? And how did this collaboration, how did you first meet? And how did you come up to have this shared initiative? Think about something.
Well, it's a good question. Before, I knew not Bruno. No. So, as I told you, environmental activism has been my passion since I started at the university. So, and I was also interested in peace building because of what I could see in the Great Lakes region and what happened in my country in 2015 when there was demonstrations against the fifth term of the late President Pierre Nkurunziza. And there was a chaos. Some people fled the country, something like that. And I would see what
started to think about what if maybe we show maybe the population the issue is going, like what's going on at Buterere. Maybe all the people are going to be, I need to do something. Because if me, I'm trying to say like, I'm going to do something big, I won't do that. Like the impact is not going to be very impressive. But if maybe we are more people and we are working together, like the impact is going to be very big. So that was the idea. Yeah.
Thank you very much. As I said, this is our time to discuss. I know now we just know who they are, just in brief. I don't know if from our audience, someone has a question for them before we proceed, because we'll have really very enough time to discuss with them. Yes, Hussein, you are welcome.
Because
thank you so much, and I'm very happy that people like Rwanda, because my first time to meet you was in Burundi. So my question comes with when Ronel was presenting herself, she said she's in civil engineering, and Mr. Moses studied business communication. So I want to hear that people want to study for your careers, right? And that all those careers are a bit, they are included in the passion you have for environmental and humanitarian aids. I want you to connect the intersection of your career choices.
Like, I'm going to do something big. I want
Can I start?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So I've been an artist. In my childhood, I love to draw. So there is a time, like you can see, I got a surgery, and that time I was coming back home. I started to see some children who were outside. It was very late, and I remember I asked my father, like, where are they going to live, to stay all the night? And he started to say that they don't have anywhere to live. So this is the time I had the passion to be like an engineer. I have a dream to build beautiful houses for all the persons, not all the persons, even though they can be like 10, but for the people who haven't got the chance to maybe to get houses. So how can I connect with the environmental? So civil engineering and environmental are very connected. And like I said, I'm very, very, when I'm seeing people maybe who are not very safe, maybe it can be about pollution. I'm always like, I need to do something. So the why I'm always studying is not for me, for the other persons. That's why maybe I need to help them to create something, to transform the plastic into something they can sell so that they can maybe gain their life.
Okay, thank you. Before I wanted to study about environment at secondary school, but I was denied the opportunity. And at the university, I wanted to pursue journalism school, and I was denied the opportunity. But I did the business communication because there was a similar approach, And since my childhood, I liked to watch animals on Star Times on TV because I liked the animals, environment, and I was really shocked to see people when they are not following the policies of the government about the preservation of environment. So when I became the journalist, so I said, okay, let me just connect environmental activism to the journalism. So because in journalism there are many sectors, because if you want to follow, corruption, about economy, if you want to follow about environment, human rights, about gender equality, whatever you want. So you need to have some skills. And I said, okay, let me just try to connect both environmental activism and journalism to amplify the voices of marginalized people, because it seems that even in East Africa community about environment, the issue of environment is not given the much attention. Many people are interested in the politics only, maybe economy, corruption, something like that, but they put behind the environmental effects that people are really living in. So that's why I said, okay, let me try to connect the both. Because in 2024, as I said, I was in Uganda about, it was a training on plastic pollution. And I remember that I produced a story. It was funded by the German media, which is called MTs. And I went in some parts of Rumonge, in the southern of the country, near the Lake Tanganyika, because many people were putting many trashes there. And those trashes would enter the Lake Tanganyika very easy, and the people could not know that this is very bad for them. And I produced the story about gender equality, whatever you want. So you need to have some skills. And I said, okay, let me just try to connect both environmental activism and journalism to amplify the voices of marginalized people. Because it seems that even in East Africa community, about environment, the issue of environment is not given the much attention. Many people are interested in the politics only, maybe economy, corruption, something like that, but they put behind the environmental effects that.
What's your best vision before that in your plans?
Okay, so I can see like you have another, maybe you have seen the Miss competition like not very good for the other people, but what I can say, a Miss is like someone who is going to be like a voice for the one who has no voice. So that means when you are getting in, like most of the time you come with not similar like thoughts, but for me, for my example, like I don't even like camera or whatever. I'm always ashamed, like so shy. So my perspective is to show people they can rise. I am in the humanitarian, but what I used to tell my colleagues, don't try to give, maybe even the Bible, it's written, don't try to give the person fish. Show them how to get that fish, So that's why. And I needed to show them they can transform the pollution into innovation. even though they haven't studied. Because there are some people who didn't got degree or whatever, and they are thinking that it's over for them. So why not you? You are going just to come because you got the chance to study. So why can't you use all of the studies you have got, all of the skills you have got, so that the other persons who haven't got the chance to be some. I needed to show them.
Another question I want to ask you, as you do that, you have many challenges.
Can transform the pollution into
Maybe you can
even though they
share with
haven't
us
studied.
any kind of, maybe like you said, you want people to believe in themselves. And you know, sometimes in nowadays, people they are like traumatized. You can't tell a person and he believes you. So maybe you can share with us challenges you have made, how you handle them, or like you're doing a great thing, but you're a person. Anytime you die, you'll be having other activities. So what's your perspective? What's your plan? You're planning so that you're hardworking, your work of your hands and your mind on what you're thinking, they will stay there. As you know, healers, they are always spoken, they have did this and this. So what are you planning to have that will make your voice always being raised up for what you are doing?
Okay, you said challenges. What I can tell you, I've been in more competitions, and not only the Miss Burundi, like every competition has challenges. What you are seeing when people are in front of you, just saying something you have got, all of the skills you have got, so that the other person and the challenges I got last year to be some. That was a very big challenge because I have lost my friend almost 2 days before the competition. And also I have got, so I can see like you have another telling me that I need to get a competition like so not very good all of the stress. What I can say, you just need to focus on someone who is going to what you can to be like a voice for the one. I was not coming from
In nowadays, people they are like traumatized. Challenges you have made, how you handle them, or like you're doing a great thing, but you're a person. Anytime you die, you'll be having other activities. So what's your perspective? What's your plan? You're planning so that you're hardworking, your work of your hands and your mind on what you're thinking, they will stay there. As you know, healers, they are always spoken, they have did this and this. So what are you planning to have that will make your voice always being raised up for what you are doing?
But you need, don't try to look at yourself even the Bible. You try to aim here, you need to show them how to competition. And not only so that's why. And I know the challenges I was even though they have lost my because there are some people who didn't
They are like traumatized. Challenges you have made, how you handle them, or like you're doing a great thing, but you're anytime safe will die, you'll be having other. What are your perspective? What's your plan? Your plan is so that being done, or like if you go other people will be doing it. Who are your stakeholders? Or like if you go, who will mean doing that you're doing?
Okay, like what I plan to do.
Yeah, that will make your activities still being active.
My dream is to create a company where I'm going to teach the naturalize like what I told you, and where I'm going to teach other persons.
Nowadays, because they are like traumatized, you can't tell a person and he believes you. So maybe you can share with us challenges you have met, how you handle them, or they are like traumatized. You're doing a great thing, but you're a person. Anytime you die, you'll be having other activities. So what's your perspective? What's your plan? You're planning so that you're hardworking, you work off your hands and your mind on what you're thinking, they will stay there. As you know, healers, they are always thinking, they have hands on them. So what you're doing a good thing that will make your time, your voice time staying right there, having other what your perspective, make your what's your plan? Your plan is so that being down, your like if you go other people, you'll be doing it. Who are your stakeholders, or like if you go, who will mean doing that you're doing?
But you thought,
Okay, like what I want to do is follow
That to make your activities still being active.
and the challenge
Bring
is
or not so that we have a good title, which is very inspiring to people. You know, many people in my country, you know, they don't know about much more about waste. So because we see what is happening, we need to raise awareness among the surrounding people or the communities living there nearby the countryside. And we want to show that there is
In nowadays, because they are like traumatized, challenges you have met, how you handle them, or like you're doing a great thing, but you're a person. Anytime you die, you'll be having other activities. So what's your perspective? What's your plan? Your plan is so that you're hardworking, you work off your hands and your mind on what you're thinking. They will stay there. In nowadays, because they are like traumatized, they have disadvantage. So what are you planning? Believes you that you make your maybe you can share with us your life to how you handle them, or they are like traumatized. You're doing a great thing, but you're a person. Anytime you die, you'll be having other activities. So what's your perspective? What's your plan? Your plan is so that
I know the challenges even though they have lost because there are some people who are
because they are like traumatized. How you hardworking, you're like hands and you're doing it what you're thinking, but you will stay there. As you know, they are already they have hands and everyone, you're like you're doing it what you're thinking, that make your time to the main time, you're doing like others I want to be doing to make your what you're doing, that's what I keep to the main time, you're like if you go others be doing it and make sure you're sticking that's what I keep doing active men doing that you're doing make your activities still being active.
Naturalize
many people do not know.
In nowadays, because they are like traumatized, you can't tell a person and he believes you. So maybe you can share with us challenges you have met, how you handle them, or they are like traumatized. You're doing a great thing, but you're a person. Anytime you die, you'll be having other activities. So what's your perspective? What's your plan? You're planning so that you're hardworking, you work off your hands and your mind on what you're thinking. They will stay there. As you know, healers, they are always thinking, they have hands on them. So what like you're doing a good thing that will make your time, your voice time staying right there. What's your plan? Your plan is so that being down, you're like if you go other people, you'll be doing it. Who are your stakeholders? Like if you go, men doing that you're doing. Make your activities nowadays because they are like traumatized, how you handle them, or like you're doing a great thing, but you're a person. Anytime you die, you'll be having an activity. So what's your perspective? What's your plan? Your plan is so that
what is happening, we need to raise awareness among the surrounding people or the communities living there, the nearby the countryside. And we
hardworking, your hands and your mind is what they're like traumatized. They will stay there. Nowadays, they're like traumatized. You're doing a great thing, and he believes you anytime they are having that activity. So what's your perspective? What's your plan? Your planning so that you're hardworking, you work with your hands and your mind on what you're thinking. They will stay there. Nowadays, they're like traumatized. They have you can't take a person and he believes you that you make your maybe you can tell each other or like how you handle them or they're like
manual, you know, and the plastic is going to be easy to produce something through plastic, you know. Not only if you are not the authority, you are not going to take that decision, but this can be like a suggestion to our authorities. So, and the long-term vision, like I said, to make
they're like traumatized. How you hardworking, you're like
yeah. So
something that I can add, this video documentary, it matches with peace building because where there is no environmental safety, there is even peace in the community.
Traumatized, how you hardworking, you're like hands and you're doing it once and you're doing it stay nowadays, because they're like traumatized. Nowadays, if they're like traumatized, he believes you can't take a person. Maybe you can tell believes you turn maybe you can tell them or they're like traumatized. You're doing it with them or they're like traumatized. You're doing it everything. So what's your plan? What's your plan? You're hardworking, you work with your hands and your mind on what you're thinking, hands and your mind on what stay there. As they stay there,
the presentation you've made that there are certain things that needs how can I say financial means to be resolved or collective initiative.
Or like you're doing a great thing, but
that can just be
What's your plan? Your plan so that
to get charcoals because they collect charcoals and they sell them. They get much money.
from the perspective, what's your plan? Working, they will stay there. Because they are like traumatized. You can't tell a person, are you planning?
Okay. Can I see your power?
Because they are like traumatized. You can't tell a person, are you planning? Believes you that you make your maybe can tell it now.
That was a very shocking story. She said, my children are stubborn. I've told them to go to school, but they said they don't need. So what can I do? And my husband died a long time ago. So what can I do? So that's what I said, that the landfill is creating social conflict.
Believes you that you make your maybe can tell it now. Like how you handle them,
What is they say? What can we do?
And the plastic is going to be easy.
So that's why in the documentary videos,
like how you handle them,
the institution responsible for managing the city, he said, so we don't need these children to come. You see?
Not only
because they can contaminate waterborne diseases. But you see that there are not such measures which are very critical. They say only, but we don't need only rhetoric, but we need the actions. What are you doing? What are the measures that are you really taking? Don't tell us about the measures.
Children who left school, there are also some young girls who are affected. This is very difficult. You're not going to take them on not with the government. Like I said, I worked in with when you are trying to you're not going to take that to get the beneficiaries of the project. The main issues that came after every children was not that decision, but I started to ask like why that decision is this, but this can be like the long term. So there is
Your plan is for that. Your plan is for that.
Something that I can add, something that I can add,
there are so many.
Another thing is that if the issue is not tackled urgently, the eventual consequences are very alarming. Let me give you one example. A child can go there and get money. So when he meets
Africa, we have not yet understood the value of the environment and the consequences or the effect that you will face if we are not preserving our environment. Consequences or the effect that you will face if we are not preserving our environment itself. We can say the government put policies, we can say the
consequences
that will be a waste. Yes, government put policies, but we the citizens preserve it. So you're raising the awareness, but my question comes as, what are you doing to make those whom you are talking about, those students who are who are dropping out to join those the dynamic side to work, those women who are working there thinking they are looking for the living, for survival, but forgetting that their life are at stake of contamination and everything. What are you doing to make them understand the preservation, even though how they should take care of themselves so that they not be also the problem later. Now we are talking about the landfill, but maybe later we'll talk about the disease coming from there. So what are you doing in this awareness for those citizens down? Thank you.
All right. This is a great question that
Can you go there
I was
and
waiting
get
for you.
when he meets
During
We have not yet
the
understood
video,
the
it wasn't easy.
value of the environment.
We would call by phone, the head of Oboha, and they would ask us, who are you? Why do you want to work on the landfill? Aren't you going to report negative things? And I said, I'm already a journalist. Okay, show me your press card. And I showed him, okay. So now, don't go and report negative things. you know. And we said, okay, no problem. And he accepted to give us the interview. And
value
on the
of
side,
environment,
we
the
faced
value
the
of the
same
environment
issue.
and the
People,
consequences
not,
or the effect that you will face
ready,
if you are
they were
not
not ready
face if you are not preserving
speak to
our
us
consequences
with
or
our
the effect
camera
that you will
on this
preserving if you are not
microphone.
preserving consequences
Yeah,
or the
so
effect that
why,
you will
where are you
we can
taking
say the
these
government
to?
put policies, we
What
can
is
say
your
we can
motive
say the
behind
government put
something like that?
policies,
But
we can say
we tried to push consistently,
the way
eventually to push. We went there from 8 and we left at 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Trying to negotiate or to convince them that this is the eventual consequences.
Yes, government policies, but
we are raising awareness through social media campaigns. And now many people who view my status or who are my followers on my social media platforms, now they know that Moses is the guy who's committed to preserving environment. You see, there are some people that have already told me, Moses, we see what you are doing, but will you be able to recycle everything around? You see, the government is not doing something visible. How will you make it possible?
You're raising the awareness.
And I often tell
you're raising the awareness.
You and I, we can change.
You're raising the awareness.
So if we put our efforts together, we can build something great. And now,
whom you are talking about,
I can see that people are really changing their behavior. And there is a local club of students which I am a co-founder. We have received many applicants, many members. Moses, I want to join you. I see what you do and I am really inspired. I'm very interested. How can I join you? And they say, okay, the doors are open. You are most welcome.
living
So
for
not just that
survival, but
young people in Burundi, they are